So we did the HB. Now start the 2B. So adding the hatching here. So wherever the part is just there, only have to add the hatching and then cross hatching. Then the next step, again hatching. The hatching go the entire curve, the entire bell pepper. It will be like this, going from right to left. This much is enough. Then adding the cross hatching. Cross lines means cross hatching. Easy as that. So just add some cross line. And then where you see the line, just remove this shade using eraser, just very carefully. And then here I'm not using the point of the pencil, I'm using the edge of the pencil. So when I'm using the edge of the pencil, you have to use the edge of the pencil, that is for sure. Once you add the, yeah, this curve is done, then start making one more curve, thick to thin. Add the shade here, the darker tone. Inside this, add cross hatching, light tone here as well. You can erase some to give a lighter shade, and then again start shading just below the seed. Make it using the edge of the pencil. Light here, it should be lighter. The effect of light should be visible, and the effect of light should be seen in the end of the shading. Yeah, this part again adding cross hatching. So till now I am doing using 2B, or you can use 3B also. Not a big deal, because we have to change the pencil one more time, so it can either be done with 2B or 3B. So just add the shade, that is one curve, and then hatching, cross hatching. Now 4B, the hatching what I'm doing and the corrections I'm doing in this bell pepper should be done now with 4B. So I'm just tracing the darker curve, and here I'm adding the dark values using cross hatching. Adding some detail inside as well. The corners with some white spaces that should be removed using this darker tones. Here adding some dark values. It is the lighter, make it darker. It's going down. This is all 4B I'm using. Please make sure all 4B on top of 2B, or if you have used 3B, then it will be 3B. So this is our darker portion, making darker. So we're done with this. Now we have to add HB in this corner before starting the next one. So once the cross hatching is done, we'll remove some shade, and then move to back to the third one. Same way, you know the technique, that is we are starting with the lightest tone, that is HB here. Once the HB is done, so I'll tell you, if you'll give minimum 10 minutes also, no, 10 minutes or 15 minutes to one bell pepper, it means it will be 15 into 3 will be 45 minutes, right? So fine enough, 45 minutes you can give in shading, 45 minutes in that way. For the shading and sketching, it will be almost taking 1.5, more than 1.5 hour, and that is good enough. So yeah, from here we'll be doing the next step, that is cross hatching. I'm adding 2B. I'm adding the 2B here. And then cross hatching. Just one curve should be same, tracing the same curve actually, using the edge of the pencil and adding here hatching little bit and cross hatching as well, just a little bit. One layer is enough. One layer is enough. And then where the curve is, inside line you have to erase, that is a shade inside that you have to erase, and the shade around the corner of the cross hatching. Now here again start the same way, lines for hatching and then cross hatching. Some spaces, a box kind of spaces should be visible inside, to remember. Yeah, shading this fully. You can use 3P, you can use 4P for the darker shade, no issues at all. Then from here, this is important, here again I'm using the edge of the pencil, adding the tone on the left hand side. And the shade a little bit. And then again removing the extra lines. Little bit, if you see extra shade, the white portion I'm removing on from the VMC. I'm adding some again on the that other side, making it more darker. This is on 2B only, do remember, see I'm having 2B now. After this we'll start with 3B. If you already use 3B here, don't use 3B again, because I want to make it more darker, that's why I'm using more darker. See here also I want this tone should be more darker, so I've used already 2B. Now I'm adding one more layer, that is 3B. Here I'm adding the darker tones. Yeah, adding some darker tones. This all comes with the corrections part, what I'm doing now. You should remember this thing, because I'm keeps on adding more darker tones. Here also again I'll be removing some part and I'm adding the darker tones. This pencil is 4B, do remember the pencil I'm using is 4B. And just below you have to just put some shade in the bottom. There's nothing in the shading part, just a little bit shading this side, a little bit shading in the bottom of each one. That's it, just lightly shade. That's it, the drawing is done.